Guys, so we're here with Joe today, and this is an awesome story. You want to talk about it a little bit?
This is Tackle Unlimited. We've been here for at least 20 some years. Previous to that, we were located in Clarendon, but we moved from there to here. This is 2200 Route 51 in Jefferson Hills on the southbound side lane of Route 51 at the top of what the locals know as Larch Hill.
Alright guys, so as you can see, they have a wide variety of reels, and it's actually pretty cool to actually sit back and see all the different types of reels. They got Daiwa, Abu Garcia, correct?
No, I don't have any Abu Garcia.
Okay.
I have Daiwa, I have Akuma, I have Penn, I have some Shimano's.
And they also fix rods and reels.
We are called Tackle Unlimited Repair.
Okay, there you go.
For a reason, because we repair rods, reels, as you can see, heaters, furnaces, torpedo heaters, screens, knife sharpening, all that stuff. All these books, each page that you see here is to a reel. Here, look at all these Shimano reels. All these reels are under part numbers. Okay? This reel, look at all the part numbers, okay? Which correspond with all these drawers of parts, okay? So, and I work every day, people call on the phone, I've got this reel, do you have the part number? Yes, I do, it saves me time. If you need a part, do me a favor, look up your schematic, they're readily available online. Get the part number. I'd be happy to look for you. On the second half of the repair end of it, we do rod repair tips. Now this happens to be rod tips, okay? On the second half of the repair end of it, we do rod repair tips. Now this happens to be rod tips, okay? There's all kinds of different types of rod tips that you could possibly put on. These are perfection guides. I even have micro guides. These are tips. These are Sevier double foot guides.
Okay.
I even have double foot braced guides, which means it's a double foot, but in the middle there's another piece of metal bracing the 2 feet together. If you don't already know, or wound on utilizing thread. Okay? Now this is a special thread. It's not sewing thread. Don't try to use a cotton material to try to wind on your guide. It won't work. The epoxy that I use, because the thread is cotton, will absorb the epoxy. You won't get a nice smooth glassine finish. Bring it here. For $6, I wind on your guide. For $3, I put your tip on, plus the price of the guide and the tip. And you're in and out within a week, week and a half.
Can't beat it, guys.
No.
Cannot.
We do Minnesota motor repairs also. We're the Minnesota Motor Warranty Center in this area. What I have here, partially taken apart, is one of the new Alteras. I don't know if you've heard of them. Pretty slick, pretty slick, kind of hard to work on. Okay, the more advanced you get, the more complex you get, and so on and so forth. This particular model, he blew the circuit board. It's not parking properly. Basically, the way these are supposed to work is you have them mounted on the boat, you push the on button, and then you have your remote. You hit deploy. It will back out the cradle. It'll deploy. You can trim up and down, run your speed,
side to side,
left and right, everything built into it. Slick piece of technology. All the parts and pieces you could possibly need. These happen to be shear pins. One thing you're always breaking is a shear pin. I got them.
propeller or something. Do you have propellers?
I do. I do have. However, I need to know what your part number is. Every propeller like this one has a part number. I need to know that. On your motor, when you get your motor, they give you an exploded schematic. The same as I showed you with the reel, that has the part numbers for all the parts for that motor. If you call and you need a prop, please have that part number so I don't have to look it up.
Alright guys, so here he obviously spools your line for you. He sells a ton of trilene. Here is a machine right here, and it's actually pretty fast. It's pretty quick, simple and easy.
Winder, I put your spool in here. I put your line in here. I tie your line onto the spool. I put it on this, and I work this back and forth to get it on your spool evenly, 1/8 of an inch from the lip. Anything more, when you take that gum band off, it just goes blue.
Yep.
Okay, and then which is no good. Most of the time, people just cut that off, and that's that. But I sell trilene, stren, P-line. I've got P-line fluoro clear for you guys that are trout fishing and steelhead fishing. The fluoro clear is fluorocarbon coated. It's semi-invisible in the water, which to me is still invisible, because semi-invisible, you ain't gonna see it unless you're staring at it.
What poundage do you have up to? Because I know some guys that are ridiculous when it comes to river fishing.
As far as monofilament, I have monofilament all the way from, what is that, 2-pound test, all the way up to your big game, which will take you up to like 30 and 40 pound test. There's 50-pound test. I also carry braid. If you like braid, I carry 2 brands. I carry Power Pro, and I carry Daiwa J braid. We talked about that previous. They also make reels, which I carry in the case. Very nice stuff. The J braid's about $5 cheaper, 100 yards. It's $15 100 yards, compared to Power Pro, which is $20 100 yards. And I carry Power Pro up to 80-pound test, and I carry the J braid up to, what is that, 50, up to 50-pound test. It's more than enough that you need for river fishing for big. Have all your terminal tackle. So sinkers, I know most of the traditional guys, they like the egg sinker, which it's a slip sinker that has a hole in the middle that just slides up and down on your line. These are outdated.
How much are those a pound?
$5.99 a pound. You can mix and match sizes. I've got various sizes. I have bags. This is the new updated. It's called a no roll. It's got the hole in the middle to slide up and down your line, but when it hits the ground, it stays. It won't roll in the rocks.
That's when the current, I mean, that's better when there's current.
Right.
Because it's not pushing on that weight, guys, and rolling it down the river.
Well, there's that, but a lot of times
it.
you'll still have a bit of wax and wane current of the water.
And it puts you in the snags.
Right. This was designed to stop that. And I have them all the way up to number 5s. I'm out of 3s. 3s are popular. What kind of materials to use? What can you join with what material? What color to use?
Okay.
A lot of times, and it's been my experience, that if you tie a fly from a recipe out of a book, and you adhere to the recipe, it might not work as good as if you took certain materials and changed them out with something else, or a different color you had incorporated.
Yes.
Instead of using like a orange and brown for a crayfish type pattern, why not use like a bright chartreuse? And I do have bright chartreuse yarn. Here's called a canard. You want small feathers. I have marabou. And I've had guys come in that tie their own flies. They trout fish. Hey man, I tied up one. And I put some of that yellow chartreuse marabou in there. And that was just a ticket. The fishing never... TFO is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Filter fork operators have been around for a long time.
Okay.
However, in their history, their plant burnt out, so they had a little bit of trouble. Well, just recently, well, I'd say probably within the past 5 years, they were able to get things going again. At the meantime, everybody knows who Gary Loomis is.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Loomis sold his name to Shimano. There's now a big conglomerate. Can't make rods under his own name.
Really?
Yes.
When was this?
It's been a few years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
But
that.
since he did that, he's now working with TFO building their rods for them. And Lefty Craig, if you know who Lefty is. He's a
I've heard
big time
of him,
fly
yes.
fisher.
Yeah. I've even heard of him.
Pro tester. But yeah, you're getting a Gary Loomis rod, lifetime warranty. They carry that over for $100. For $100.
I would say, guys, and Loomis, his rods. The one I bought my dad was $170. So $100, you can't beat that.
As far as I understand, now that Gary sold his name to Shimano, and they're still making it under his name, it's no longer lifetime warranty. They've cut that. It's like 5 years.